our CLO for today or our learning target? Dominic.
I can evaluate in writing peer responses to the teaching test using comparative words and phrases.
This mini task focused on evaluating peers and giving constructive feedback, both warm and cool feedback.
Kids are learning how to deliver feedback in a respectful way, as well as learning how to take criticism, which can be a struggle for all of us. I want you to hold up the 2 sheets from the back of the room. Every single student should have 2 feedback sheets. Great, put those down. Please hold up your rough draft.
We are going to begin with a paper pass around. You have your own draft right now. You're going to end with that draft. But before it comes back to you, we are going to be passing our papers counterclockwise. Can everyone please point to the person who is sitting counterclockwise from them? You are going to read the work of your peer. This is going to be silent, except for the quiet music that I will be playing. And complete the feedback form that you see in front of you.
So this really targets 2 standards. It targets W5, which is through peer support, students are able to strengthen and further develop and revise their writing. It also targets the speaking and listening standard, so SL1, where students are supposed to be able to build upon one another's ideas in a collaborative way.
Step 1, just read through their paper, take it in. Then, silently, fill out this graphic organizer about their paper. We started with students reading each other's work independently, reflecting on the work, providing glows and grows, or warm and cool feedback.
The goal of the mini task was to come away with a stronger paper, for them to look at their own paper with fresh eyes, as well as to get ideas from their peers for how to strengthen their evidence and their reasoning, the way that they answered the prompt. All right, can you please pass your paper, or the paper that you had, 1 counterclockwise. We're going to go for about 10 more minutes.
And then students would talk with the other person who critiqued the work.
And the author is actually supposed to kind of take a step back and really listen and absorb the feedback, both in writing that they're receiving from their peers, but they're also supposed to listen to it in that conversation.
Real quick, what does it mean to be a fly on the wall? Yeah, it's a figure of speech. Okay, you want to know everything that's going on, but does the fly get to participate in the conversation? No, and you don't either for your own paper.
Chair 2, you are the fly on the wall. The other 2 should participate in some conversation.
I think you should explain about like when the kids die a little bit more. Like how does it relate to education a little bit more? Yeah.
I was a little confused because you just had like 1 sentence on child education or child mortality and how it affects education. I was just thinking like maybe you could elaborate on that more. I'd say you also maybe just want to work on some wording. Yeah, just like read it through.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, fly on the wall has now become a human in the room. Please join in the conversation. Ready, go.
Yeah, I agree. I just should read over it and maybe add like the $1 million words, like add a little more specific words that can explain more.
It will help me know what I need, what I have to focus on, and what edits do I have to do to be as successful in writing and get a better score and good in writing.
It's really good to get a new set of eyes on your work because sometimes you like read it so many times you just skip over something that you could really need editing on.
I was looking for how candid they were and making sure that it didn't seem like the level of comfort really tells me whether they're successful or not. If they ended early, it kind of was maybe a sign that they weren't digging deep enough or being too critical of their peers. But it seemed like they had some really fantastic feedback and were comfortable discussing that with their peers.
What did you think was some of like his evidence? And I thought that his evidence was pretty clear and addressed it.
What do you think about the many school children that are in conflict?
I thought that one was pretty clear.
Yeah.
But I think it could be like more
A little stronger, like
Yeah.
a little more explanatory.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm just reading my draft, I can't really see anything wrong with it. But then when I get peer review, I start to see through a different lens and see how much I can change.
I kind of looked at other people's writing and knows that I wasn't the only one that kind of like messed up when I started doing the writing, like kind of like changed words that weren't supposed to be there. And Quinn did really good on this piece of paper. Quinn, I think what he should take away from all this writing is that he's really good at this and he knows how to plan everything out.
But he could also use a piece of Malala's speech to make it
even more powerful.
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes, I imagine, for them not to want to interject and defend and say, well, what I really meant was, but they really are having to emphasize the listening side of things as well, so that they can absorb and hear the feedback for what it really is.
On my honest opinion, I really don't like getting feedback all the time, because I always think every single time I write a paper, boom, it's just done, it's perfect. I just made it. It's just, that's all it could be. But I really, today when I was the fly on the wall, I really thought that it's just trying to help me get better at this so then I could do better just any time else I write a paper.
I think it really shows and hopefully gives them a further example of the fact that writing is a recursive process. It's not a one and done deal. It's a cycle. There's many stages to writing. There's many stages to editing, revising, sometimes even after revising, going back and revising some more. So it's just this continuous cycle that I really wanted students to begin to see for themselves, because we always want them to have this growth mindset, especially as they become college and career ready. And through peer editing and peer feedback, it's supposed to help them become more open to that growth mindset.
So collaborating with my peers was helpful because I can see more what I can improve in different points of view and different things that I can improve. Yeah.
Something I liked about today was that we got to be like social. So we got to talk to other people and they would help us instead of us just sitting by ourselves, just reading our draft over and over.
I was able to see kids writing down notes on the feedback that they received, and I heard a lot of constructive feedback between the two non-flies. But I think the true evidence that this lesson was a success will be changes between their rough draft and their final copy.
I think that the LDC, especially this module, has been incredibly informative and an important part of the kids developing their writing skills and source analysis skills. They were very passionate about the topic, the education connection, and being able to compare their lives to other students. It kept them engaged. And then finally, again, ending today, I think was a really awesome experience for them to be able to discuss with their peers and take a look at their peers' work. That's a skill as well, to be able to communicate with their peers in that way.